we're going to be off for 5 weeks. We had no other ideas for today, although this one's kind of fun. During the next 5 weeks, while we are doing other things than watching football or making video content about football, what will we be watching on TV? Or I'm going to expand it and say movies, even though I haven't been to a theater in probably 5 years. Charean, you're up.
Well, I'm going to start, and the reason I have the Astros cap, I saved it for this segment, is I put it up there for this segment, Mike. So when I was a kid, I cried whenever the Cowboys lost. Like, I was emotionally attached to the Cowboys. I'm not emotionally attached to any team in the NFL now, and haven't been since I began covering the NFL way long ago.
Jan.
No, I'm really not.
Jan.
But I do have two teams that I am emotionally invested in, and I don't cry anymore, but I will pout when my Houston Astros lose or my Aggies lose. And my Aggies play today. They made the College World Series in Jim Schlossnagel's first season as the head coach. Surprisingly, those are the funnest teams when you don't expect anything out of them. They play Oklahoma today at 1 p.m. Kyler Murray is going to be at the game to see both of his former teams, and we know he's rooting for Oklahoma, and he's going to be so disappointed today when that happens. So I will be watching the College World Series, and I will be watching more baseball. Got to go to Houston on Sunday to watch John McClain throw out the first pitch in the Astros game, and that's the hat he got, which he gave to me for coming down to watch him throw out the first pitch. And no, it was not a strike. So, Mike, if you throw yours out, I want to see you throw a strike if you get to throw one out at the Pirates game.
I was hoping that Texas A&M would play Alabama at some point, and both Jimbo Fisher and Nick Saban would be there and maybe get into a fist fight during the game. First thing that's on my agenda, and it's been there for a few weeks now, I am going to see the Top Gun movie at some point in the next 5 weeks. I keep checking to see when it's going to be available to stream at home, and I have a feeling because it's doing so well and kind of reinvigorating the theater experience, I'm going to have to actually go. So I'm going to do the pathetic old man thing and go at like 11:30 in the morning when no one else is in the theater and watch it. So when I tap out one of these days from posting on PFT for a couple hours, it won't be because I'm taking a nap. It will be because I've gone to the movies and will inevitably fall asleep there during Top Gun.
Well, and I had that on my list as number 2, Mike, because I've heard such great things about it. And you and I, we were in our 20s when the first Top Gun came out in 1986. And it was such a good movie, and it's such a good movie now. And if I want to see that, obviously we'll have to go to the theater to see that. And I also want to see King Richard. I started it on a flight and didn't get to finish it, and I do want to watch King Richard from start to finish. So those are the 2 movies I want to see, Top Gun and King Richard.
And let's just be clear, when Top Gun came out in May of 1986, I was only 20 and you were 21. I just want to be clear on that. It was in that 3-month window of the year when I'm actually younger than you. I also will see, and I'm probably not going to be disappointed by Top Gun because by all appearances it's great. Because the thing I hate about going to the movies is when I have high expectations, I am always disappointed. And the best experience for me is to have no expectation whatsoever. Like when we saw Coda, which was Best Picture this year, I was blown away by it. I knew nothing about it, and it was just awesome. However, I'm going to suspend my general rule of thumb because this Elvis movie looks spectacular to me. I was never a big Elvis guy growing up, but I saw the trailer when it first came out, and I have a feeling it's clickbait. It's movie clickbait. They're going to cause me to go to the theater and see it, and I'm going to be thoroughly disappointed, but I predict that's going to be one of the things I do over the next 5 weeks.
Well, and there's so many movies, Mike, and so many I haven't seen that I want to catch up on, but you know, at our house, we have 4 TVs in the main room, and they're usually all on sports, and we're starting to get down to where now there's hockey. We did have hockey on the other day, and I do like hockey when it's in this stage at Stanley Cup Finals. But most of our TVs are going to be on golf and tennis, focused on that because we have so many majors coming up. And, of course, I'll give NBC a plug now, has the U.S. Open this weekend, and that's all we had on yesterday, switching around from network to network, from Peacock to NBC to wherever it was on yesterday, watching that. So we'll have that on all weekend, but I'm looking forward to Wimbledon as well. We might get to see Serena for the final time, and I truly want to see her. I think she's probably beyond that point where she can win a tournament. Love to see her do it, but I think it's probably not going to happen. But I want to see Serena Williams one final time.
Well, Wimbledon always has had that kind of special vibe to it. My mom was a huge tennis fan, and I used to play some tennis, not very well at all. I had a serve that 1 out of 10 was a nightmare and unstoppable. The problem is the other 9 all sucked. Here's and this is for the Twitter crowd out there that reacted to my observation last night about the first season of Fargo. I just recently completed that with Billy Bob Thornton, and it was spectacular. And I said they should have just stopped with that. I've gotten some blowback. People who think Fargo season 2 was better than Fargo season 1. Well, I watched season 2, and it doesn't really resonate, and I didn't feel compelled to go back and watch it again. But in deference to those who believe that Fargo season 2 is some sort of a masterpiece, I will watch that while working, starting today with episode 1, and I will make an assessment, a fresh assessment as to where it stands in relation to the season 1 edition of Fargo.
Oh, I haven't watched either one yet, Mike, but it sounds like that's something that I need to catch up on this summer too, because there's so many of these series that I haven't seen, and that's one that I would love to watch, I think.
Fargo is very dark, very well done. Billy Bob Thornton plays the role of villain extremely well, and it's a shame that he died at the end of season 1, because he would have been a guy they could have maybe continued to build around. I just gave away, sorry, spoiler alert, the bad guy gets killed, but isn't that how it always goes? Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll wrap up our Friday edition and our run, at least for 5 weeks, of PFT Live right after this.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.